Good morning, YouTube, and welcome to another week in the life of running our dealership, NG Supercars.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan, and this is our dealership, NG Supercars. And we've got a busy week to bring you along as we buy and sell cars, work on cars, and do all sorts of other stuff. Yeah, so let me give you a rundown of what's going on in the shop. We'll give you the status of all the cars, and then we'll explain what's going on this week. Do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe, hit the notification bell. And of course, you can go check out our Normal Guys Supercar channel where we have topics about these specific cars. Like we're going to be showing a Klein exhaust install, that Ferrari F430, and we're installing a brilliant exhaust on another 458. So, we got some cool shit coming your way. That's Randy. He's premium.
Get your premium gear to work on the premium car.
See, yeah, we got premium.
Premium.
For premium. And no, premium does not mean cost money. It's a thing. If you buy the t-shirt, you have the right to email us to ask, what's the story behind premium? Otherwise, we're not telling you. Okay, let me give an update on all the cars. As you can see, Greg Speciale is back. Why the hell is this back? And so is John's F12. Actually, we have both of John's Ferraris here. We have his 458 and his F12. Well, the F12, the Speciale, and the Atturdia are getting loaded up on a truck and going up to the tail of the Dragon. They were supposed to pick it up over the weekend. Yeah, about that. I don't know whether they're going to come get them. They said maybe today, maybe tomorrow. So in the meantime, we've got extra cars in the shop that are all going away. So at some point in the next, hopefully 24 hours, we're going to have 3 cars leave, which is good because we bought another Ferrari 458 that we need to pick up. It's actually here in Austin. And then Josh is going to look at another 458 on Tuesday. So yeah, we got cars coming in. And then, of course, I bought that car in Hawaii, a Ferrari 360. That won't be here for like a month, though. So if you're looking for a low-mile 360, yellow, black, yeah, we got one coming. This Ferrari F430 is all set, except we need to go drive it and get it to pass emissions. So that is going to be probably one of the top goals of the day. So we need to get all the ready-to monitors reset, take it to go get an inspection so that we can go get the license plates. It's supposed to ship out tomorrow. That car, we had to redo the paint on the calipers because 2 of the calipers, the stickers for the words were upside down. Did you know that Ferrari is the only car manufacturer that has the stickers on the brake calipers totally different than everyone else? Yeah, it's really dumb. Anyway, Jeff's car is sold to Autotech Nick. That is going to be going away probably late this week. All right, we're getting packages. This car, all right, the yellow 360, we figured out what was wrong with the AC. So the AC module that controls the AC stuff actually fried. So we had to find one, which was a challenge, and then order one. We don't know when we'll get it. Hopefully sometime this week. And when we do, we can fix that and get it going. So I already talked about John's car. So Tyler's 488 is getting the Klein exhaust. It's an in-canal exhaust. It's going to sound glorious. Cannot wait. And probably going to be doing that today. Oh, we're waiting on axles on John's 458 because it started making some clunky clunk noises. Anyway, we bought this one and sold it in 2 hours. Yeah. This one also sold, and we are going to do a little bit of work on it today. We're going to be replacing a cable for the NVO module. Supposedly that sometimes fixes it. The NVO system is a little bit wonky. That's the right-hand screen. Oh, yep, there's the little parts. We have parts for it, so we're gonna try and get that thing set up, and then it's supposed to ship out probably like Tuesday or Wednesday. It needs to go out very soon because the guy wants it for next week because he's going to the Tail of Dragon in a totally unrelated dragon thing. I think he said Tail of Dragon. Anyway, so that'll be going out the door very soon. Still waiting on paint on the Ferrari F430, but we'll get started on that pretty soon. This 430, the dashboard is out. They look kind of scary with the dashboard removed, admittedly. That's a lot of stuff. And Aston Martin Vanquish, still for sale. And that 430, we're just waiting on parts so that we can convert it and send it on its way. So it's already sold. So there is exactly 1 Ferrari for sale in the shop. Everything else is here for service or shipping. Good Lord. Yeah, that's what's going on. So as I mentioned, Josh is flying out to Chicago to go look at a 458, and hopefully I'm not going anywhere because this week we have our board meeting on Friday. So I'm going to be spending a lot of time preparing charts and graphs and data and planning. I need to come up with the plan. So I have been spending a lot of time trying to figure out what is the plan for this company. What are we actually doing? And I have some good ideas. So that I'm gonna throw those ideas at people, and they're gonna be like, "These ideas are dumb," and then we're gonna come up with better ideas. See, that's how it does it. All right, let's get the day started. All right, we gotta do one of my least favorite things on earth. I have to go drive around a client's car to go get the readiness monitors to reset so I can pass emissions, well, inspection. So 3 monitors are not happy, and to make it more fun, it's raining. So it's not like I'm gonna be able to drive it real hard and have fun. No. I'm just gonna be cruising around in the rain, boring as shit. So off we go. I don't have a choice because they're picking it up tomorrow, and it's gonna be raining for the rest of the day. It was a miracle. I only had to drive it like 10 miles and everything reset except for the evap, which the evap's not going to reset unless the tank's at like half full. So it's at a full tank of gas. So I would have been so screwed if I would have had to have the evap reset because I would have had to drive it like 200 miles. So yeah, actually got to reset. Now I could get some plates for it and we're good to rock. So that car should be going out the door tomorrow. Man, we're going to have like how quickly the shop goes from full to empty, right? Because that car will be out the door, and then that car that Randy's wrenching on should be going out the door on Wednesday. Woohoo! So man, we're gonna have a lot of space. I like it, sort of, actually. Oh dang, that thing is like big and beefy.
Oh, dude, it's been beat up once.
Oh, it's definitely been out before.
Oh, multiple times.
Oh, poor thing.
The one connector's
just toast.
Separated, but CarPlay's in and functioning. The fire extinguisher has gone off at some point in time, which is like completely empty and like pins missing.
Oh no way!
So there's a story there that we didn't get, but
oh man,
there's like
it like ejected into
dust.
there.
No, like it. This is leftover, whatever. It's all over, like down on the battery. I would imagine like someone accidentally kicked it. But and then they had to clean it up, and they did a decent job. But like you can see, like there's just coating.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah.
Someone has a story about a.
You know, I don't understand. I really hate the fire extinguisher and the passenger footwell thing. Yeah, I think it's a terrible idea.
Put the nozzle
like right
in here where your foot's gonna catch it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
A pair of high heels pulled that pin and kicked it, and
yeah. Someone had a bad day.
Yeah.
I wish we could have seen that happen. That would have been funny. Oh well. Well, yeah, we're wrapping up this car. Should have it done today, and then it's getting picked up on Wednesday. So that's great. Another car out the door. Yeah, that's good. So sweet. I'm gonna sit down and do some more paperwork. I got some stuff to do, and yeah, busy day. All right, YouTube. It is about 5:30. Yeah, 5:30. All right, right on the dot. Got this car all cleaned up, ready to go. It is getting picked up tomorrow, so bye-bye 4:30. 360 still waiting on parts and stuff. Those 2 cars are going away. So we finished up that 458. We installed an Apple CarPlay module. So by the way, if you want to get an Apple CarPlay module, send us an email, and we can get you on the schedule. Really, really cool. It integrates into the right-hand screen. So, like, you don't see any differences other than when you turn on the CarPlay module boots up and stuff. So that's really, really cool. We did some other services to this car, and it is going away on Wednesday. And then that car, we're supposed to find out when it's going away. I don't know when, but should be the next day or 2. And also, we got a possible deal on the Aston finally. So they are going to do an inspection on the Aston, so that's great. And then we actually might have a deal on the Testarossa. So Richard's Testarossa, you know, we've been consigning it. He's not keeping it here, which is actually great because we have had very little space. But now that car, and that car are going away. So we're going to have lots of space. This place is going to look really empty in the next day or 2. So just watch how much this shop could go from being completely full to a point where we're parking cars sideways in the front to now it's going to be almost entirely empty. It's insane how quick stuff changes. Well, that's it for the day. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll be doing a lot more cool car stuff. Well, good morning, YouTube. It's Tuesday, and I am wet because it is raining Not as hard right now. It was raining really hard earlier today. Today is another one of those days where all of you that didn't buy good tires, please stay home. And if you're one of those people that drives with your hazard lights on, please just go home. Stop driving. Like, today's not for you. No, I don't understand that. You're like, hey, I'm driving so shitty in the rain that I need to tell everyone that I am a hazard just driving because of the rain. Everyone's going slower than normal. That's fine. Yeah. Anyway, Randy is working on Tyler's 488, and we're going to put in a Klein exhaust on that sucker. It's going to sound better. It's going to be great. And supposedly at some point today, this car will be going away. And I got something a little bit weird for you. So we're doing this consultation deal, and this guy bought a car. I'm going to leave it vague intentionally because I'm not feeling like I need to throw anyone under the bus yet. But it's getting close. So I'm leaving it vague. Anyway, this guy bought a car. We're doing like a pass-through because he wants to do a trade-in. So we're buying the car for him. He's buying the car from us. And then we're taking in his trade-in so that we can sell it for him and he can get the tax credit. So everything seems normal, whatever, blah, blah. We make a deal, buy the car, sign the paperwork. It's a dealer-to-dealer transaction, so you send them your dealer license and your tax cert and some other stuff. I do all that. Hooray. Everything seems normal. And then this morning, they're like, hey, is that your personal banking account that you sent the money from? I'm like, no, it's not. No, it came from the business. And they're like, okay. And then like half hour goes by and they're like, hey, can you prove that you are somehow tied to this business? So I'm like, what is going on? Like, do they not believe that I don't know. I think they think I'm scamming them out of sales tax, maybe? So I was just like, Google my name. I haven't heard back from them yet. I'm curious to see what their follow-up is on this. They're probably going to literally want me to send them like LLC formation documents or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see how this plays out. But it's really been strange, and they're making me jump through a lot of hoops. No one else has ever done this. And we've bought hundreds of cars from dealerships, so no idea. Anyway, I don't know what else we're going to do today. He's going to work on stuff. Look at that. Working on stuff. We're going to avoid the rain. That's what we're going to do. It's supposed to be like this for quite a while. It's actually supposed to rain like pretty much all week. Oh, by the way, just in case you're wondering, because every time it rains, the trench is holding up good so far. No water intrusion other than the normal leaks from the roof, which, it's just a shitty building. It's just an old metal building. They all leak. It is what it is. But no flooding. Although we're getting flood alerts, but no flooding here. So trench was a good move. We need to actually dig it out some more just to make our peace of mind even greater. Although I wasn't worried this time. That's a good thing. And we actually have flood insurance, so there is that. Which also makes me feel a little better. All right, this is a weird one, YouTube. So it's been an hour or two, and the dealer is giving me more grief. And they sent this blank form, or not really a form, but an email. It's like, hey, can you just fill in the blanks on this? And it was like, I, Daniel Hurlbert, assert that I am buying this vehicle from my bank account in my company, NG Supercars, and all this shit. So I'll admit, I'm kind of getting impatient, and I got real snarky. So I filled out the damn form, and I added to the form. I was like, this is my actual business account. And so in the email I responded, that I was like, yeah, I'm buying this vehicle in my actual real business, licensed in Texas, with my real business checking account from a real bank. And I was, oh my God, what is the only thing that we thought of is maybe they got their hands slapped for doing one of these Montana LLCs, and now they're just being super paranoid. It's the only thing I can think of, because this has literally never happened. We've done hundreds of transactions, bought hundreds of cars from hundreds of different dealers, and never once has this ever been a thing where they're like, are you a real business? Is that a real business checking account? I don't get it. I don't know. Anyone have any ideas? And so I called the guy, and I'm like, what is the deal? What am I missing that's causing you to have red flags that you need to do all this extra verification? And he couldn't really come up with any tangible solution or or reason why. So I'm at a loss here. Very odd. Anyway, they're going to come pick up the Vanquish and take it to go get inspected. Normally, we will never let cars go off-site that are ours, but it's a consultation client, so it's a different story. And they're going to come pick up that 458. So actually, I need to move that 458 so we can get that 458 and we can get the Vanquish. So I need to shuffle the deck a little bit. All right, YouTube, it's another bird in the shop. This has happened like 10 times, and I'm going to turn off the lights and see if we can't get the bird come out. Let's see. All right, I'm going to do this. Sorry, Randy. All right, see if he can come out. Where'd you go, bro? Go towards the light. He already shat on my truck. There he is. See him? Stop pooping on our cars. Get outside. Yeah, look at that. Literally. Got bird shit on my windshield. Inside. You are not a cardinal. You are something else. I have no idea what you are, though. Well, crap sticks. Poor Randy, working in the dark. It's an OSHA violation. For activity. All right, YouTube, it is the end of the day. And Randy is still here because he is playing around with his Toyota Land Cruise 4Runner. That thing. I don't know what it's called. It's a Toyota. I don't know any of these Toyota things.
It's too reliable for Dan.
This is way too reliable. I mean, this thing started right up after sitting for I don't know how many months.
It wasn't months. It was definitely like 2 weeks.
Oh, it was, I think it was more than that. But whatever. Anyway, I guess you're doing brakes.
Yeah.
Well, you know, those do wear out, even on Toyotas.
Oh, the front rotors on this are prone to warping, so you get the
Yeah.
shimmy.
On the plus side, I think the summer Tanager is gone. So we determined that's what it was, a summer Tanager, and it's gone. Well, I am going to go home and enjoy some time with the fam until tomorrow morning. I am working on my board meeting stuff. And let me tell you, if you are trying to do this sort of stuff, using AI to help you plan that sort of stuff is so helpful. Because it literally can scan other documents in my Google Drive and figure out what I'm trying to have it do. I could literally tell it to create a slide for my Q2 2026 goals, and it pulled those out of one of my documents and just went boom and created the slide for me. It was so creepy and cool. Mostly creepy, but really cool. All right, guys, we're going to see you tomorrow, and hopefully we have some less rain because I do want to go try and pick up that Ferrari F430 that we bought that needs some love. So I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, YouTube. It is Wednesday, and as you can see, the shop is gone from completely full to, I'm going to say, half full, and there's even more cars leaving soon, but some cars are coming, and that's actually what we need to do today. We need to go pick up a Ferrari F430 that we bought that's actually local for once. Very rare that we actually buy a local car. Unfortunately, it apparently has not been driven in 5 years. So it pretty much needs everything. Fuel pumps, engine mounts, valve cover gaskets, etc. All the normal 430 stuff. Yeah, and we're not even sure if it will start. I'm 100% sure the battery's probably dead. So we're going to bring a jump box. I'm just going to anticipate that we're going to have to winch it onto the trailer. So we need to bring the short trailer, which means we're going to drive around with no door because I don't have a door on that thing yet, but whatever. And I'm going to bring Randy, I think, because we determined it would really suck if I drove all the way out there with the trailer and then needed help and there was no one to help me. And that would make me very sad, and Randy would have to then drive out there on his own, which would make me even more sad. So we might as well just bring us both and go try and get this damn thing. Road trip. Woohoo! It's going to be about 2 hours plus to go do the full thing because I think he's about an hour away, and it's going to take us probably 20 minutes to load, maybe more if it's really being a pain in the ass. It's a sad road trip if you don't stop at Buc-ee's.
What's like the equivalent of Buc-ee's, like outside of Texas? Like
I don't. Oh, there's like some bigger.
Like we're going to Tennessee. What am I gonna want to stop at Tennessee?
Sheets.
Sheets is good.
Yeah.
Sheets has quite a menu of deep fried. Soul.
I don't know. Every once in a while, you find these gem truck stops though. They're huge.
Yeah.
I stopped at that. What is it? Iowa I-80 or whatever it's called truck stop, the biggest truck stop in the world. It was not that impressive. No, it was just really annoying because it was so big. It took forever to like do the things you need to do.
Oh yeah.
So like you had to walk like a half a mile to get to the place, and it was fine and get some exercise. But I'm like, I'm trying to not be here for 3 hours.
Get back on the road.
Right,
Yeah.
I want to get back on the road. Well, I gotta hook up the trailer. I answered some emails. I made sure the dude's gonna be there, and he said, "Nope, I'm not gonna be there, but just go grab the car." And we're like, I guess we're just gonna go grab a car. All right, that's cool. Well, I guess we're gonna do a mini road trip across town, down. We're going south. Otherwise, Josh is out in Chicago still. He looked at the Ferrari 458 and said it's awesome, so we're gonna buy that car. So we do have a 458 coming your way, although I'll admit it's probably gonna be sold very, very quickly because that's how these 458s seem to go. And well, I think that's it for deals at the moment. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna make one more phone call and then hook up the trailer and off we go. All right, YouTube, it's been kind of a comedy of errors today. So we actually did go pick up the 430. That's the good news. Bad news is multiple things have happened that have just been kind of dumb or whatever. So I screwed up, first of all. Partly my fault and partly just nature. As you can see, I trenched my yard pretty good trying to get the trailer hooked up. It's so wet and greasy and muddy that when I was trying to connect to the trailer with the truck, I would just barely tap the gas and the truck would just slide. And so it misaligned the hitch, and it took me like 20 attempts to get it. I had to use four-wheel drive, pain in the ass. So then I got all pissed off and I was frustrated, and I forgot to raise the landing gear. So I trenched the yard right there, and then I dug a nice trench right there. And then I realized, oh, yeah, the landing gear's still down. Yeah. Then we go pick up the car, and Josh told me the car won't start, no battery, blah, blah, blah. I grabbed one of our jump packs. I set it next to my desk thinking, oh, I'll grab that as we're leaving. And I just didn't because I forgot because I was pissed off. So we're on the way. We're more than halfway to the place or 3/4 of the way to the place. It's like a 45, 50-minute drive to get there. And I'm like, oh, I forgot the jump pack. So we're like, okay, I guess we'll just buy a battery or something. So that's what we did. We ended up just replacing the battery because the battery, I'm sure, is absolute garbage. The car's been sitting for 5 years. So we replaced the battery. And of course, my toolkit's not in the trailer because the toolkit's in the 458, which is going to the tail of the dragon. Anyway, the plus side, we got ourselves another Ferrari F430. Let me get it out of here. And, ooh, it smells like gas in here. Yeah, the fuel pumps are toast. It is leaking fuel really, really badly. I was nervous driving this thing onto the trailer. Like I said, it hasn't been driven in 5 years. The impressive thing is it started right up. So obviously we're not going to be revving it or doing anything like that. We're just going to park it in the shop with it, driving it as little as possible so that we can then start figuring out what all we need to do this thing, which is basically everything. It needs everything. Like legitimately $30,000-$40,000 in stuff, if not more. Yeah, it's that bad. And of course, I know what's going to happen is people are going to be like, is it for sale? And the answer is eventually. It is not for sale now. We believe we want to do everything to this car and convert it and then sell it. And the reason is because it's only got 16,000 miles. So once we clean up everything, it's actually worth a bunch of money, and it's an excellent car. It just needs all the mechanical shit to be figured out. Cosmetically, it actually looks like it's gonna be pretty nice. So we keep selling these cars that we get that are like project cars, and we sell them before we fix them. And I think I actually want to fix this one. It's definitely a project car. Like you could not go drive this car. You would probably catch on fire on the way home. So let's get it out of there. I think I'm going to shove it back there because it's not going to be moving for quite a while. All right, we're just trying to inspect the 430 to see what all we need to do. Interesting enough, they did one pump. Oh, dude, look at all the fuel on the top of that pump. Holy crap. Damn, dude. That right there is why you don't drive it when you smell fuel, because all that fuel is just going to come down here and get on the header and catch fire. Ooh, that insulation ate it. Definitely need to do that fuel pump. Interesting that they did one fuel pump and not both. Huh. Does this actually hold?
Yeah.
Oh my god, the struts work.
Struts work.
Yeah. It's interesting to figure out what is good and what is not good on these, like when you get cars that have sat for a while. Yeah, the taillights are actually got a little jiggle there. Oh yeah. Yeah, okay. So one taillight needs to be fixed. Obviously, all the fluids need to go. The fuel needs to go. I forgot to check how much fuel is in it. Hopefully it's not too much. Because it's got like 20 something gallon tanks. Well, yeah. Chipping away. We're going to pull the bottom panel and see what all's messed up there, too. Well, YouTube, it is well after 5 o'clock, and I'm tired. So I'm going to go home. I did kind of do an inspection of the 430, and it needs basically everything that a 430 needs. So I'm trying to get that situated and figure out ordering the parts and getting all that going, because I'd like to get this car done reasonably quick. And I also want to get started on that 430 Spider that we have, since that poor thing's been sitting forever. So I'm going to start ordering the parts for both of those. I'm going to make those orders tomorrow. I started kind of building up the list of parts that I need, and it's a lot of money. It's a lot of parts. Yeah. So I'm going to get those ordered, get it all organized, and we'll start working on those cars so that we can finally sell them. We should be getting that bumper back from paint fairly soon. Yeah. We also should be getting some conversion kits. It should have been here weeks ago, so I don't know what's going on, so that we can get those next. We have 3 cars that are waiting conversion kits and 2 more that are, yeah, anyway, it's a whole thing. So tomorrow, Thursday, geez, it's already Thursday. Well, I have to also prepare for the board meeting, so I'm actually gonna probably work on that tonight when I get home, because yeah, I didn't accomplish hardly anything today that I wanted to accomplish. That took up way more time than expected, and I just fell behind the ball after that. So I'm gonna go home and do more work. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, good morning, YouTube. It is Thursday, and Moses is here. He is. What are you doing, Mo? Just like, I'm smelling things. Well, I brought him today instead of tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to be having our board meeting at the Howard, so we're not going to be coming to the shop, or at least not for very long. And I didn't want him at the Howard, even though Richard brings his dog to the Howard. I don't know. Anyway, Randy's tearing apart dashboards.
Yeah, so we're doing the CarPlay module adaptation on this. So we got
lots of
lower
stuff out
dash
there.
Out. Next up, clusters coming out, and then put the bypass harness that goes in between the display and the module down here. So
Nice.
Getting there.
This looks a little bit harder than the 458.
Yes and no. I think the layout and the interior is a little better. They did it slightly. It's mostly the same. The main thing is
The binnacle doesn't come off quite the same.
Yeah, the 458 you can do the connector at the cluster with just pulling the top.
Yeah.
On this, you have to actually pull the cluster. As you can see the connector. If you look over the top.
Good luck getting in there.
Yeah, look from the top. You can't. There's no.
Oh yeah. You can fit a finger.
Yeah, you could poke it, but that's it. There's no removing the connector, plugging the new one in, any of that. So.
Yeah.
So we're getting there.
Well, we got that going on. That car's supposed to get picked up soon. I started laying out what we'll be working on that car. Hey, how you doing? All right, sorry about that awkwardness. I was sitting here talking and someone came in the door, and we were not expecting anyone today, or at least I wasn't. And so I had no idea who it was, and they just kind of like stood there and they're like, hey, how's it going? And I was like, anyway, it was actually someone we knew, or at least have talked to, but never met in person. So yeah, Mo's here. Mo's gonna help us out today, aren't you, bud? That's right. You're gonna do a good job. But I need to get on the computer. I need to do a few things. So we have some deals brewing, hopefully. So hopefully we'll have some cars, but we'll see. All right, YouTube. It is, I don't know what time, sometime in the afternoon. We just got the parts from Jeff. So his 355, we sold it to Autotech Nick and his buddies, and it's going to go to Autotech Nick. So we're just going to put some work into it. We got to put the cats back in it and ship it. So we got all that stuff. We'll work on that very soon. Probably have it ship out next week. So that car will be going away. Yeah. Looks like Tyler's car is basically done.
Got the fender fixed, it's done.
Yay! Car put.
I checked it.
Oh, okay, I gotta send an invoice. Give me my money, Lebowski! So Tyler's car is done, so that'll be going away. We don't know any shipping dates on the 458 yet, do we?
No.
No. Okay. One of these days, it'll go away. Well, I need to order parts for the 430 and that 430, so I'm gonna do that right now. And Mo, you good boy. Yeah, good boy. Yeah, that's right. All right, YouTube. It's the end of the day. Mo's ready to go home. Aren't you, buddy? Yeah, we're gonna go home in a little bit, just a little bit. All right, well, where are we at? Okay, we gotta get Jeff's car situated. We just got another confirmation on a conversion client, so that's quite a few in the queue. So we need to get hustling on those. We're just waiting on the parts still. We're supposed to get them Monday. Thank God, because yeah, there's that car, another car, 3 cars plus the 2 that we want to convert, plus now another guy. Yeah, lots of stuff going on. Well, we're going to be doing the board meeting tomorrow, so I will briefly swing by here in the morning, and then we'll go to the Howard and have our board meeting, and I will talk to you guys before and after and let you know how it goes. Hopefully it goes better than the last ones, because this time we actually have all of our financials in order. Oh, yeah, it's good to make decisions when you have the right data. I know. Smart. Good morning, YouTube. That, it's Friday. Randy's giving me shit, as he should. Well, it is board meeting day, so we have a little bit of time here before we go to the board meeting. I got most of what I wanted to get done as far as stuff we want to discuss and planning and blah, blah, blah. Although, admittedly, I'm sure there will be more stuff that comes up. And I'm going to spend the next hour or so just going over everything and making sure I didn't forget anything. So, not a whole lot to show here. Not a lot has changed since last night. Nothing really exciting going on at the moment other than shipping. Cars are being shipped. So that car will, I'm going to say, knock on wood, almost definitely go away next week. This car will very likely go away next week. That car will almost for certain go away next week. That car might go away next week. Tyler's car should go away today. And that 458, they wanted to pick it up today, but they didn't tell us that until this morning, and we're not going to be here. So probably Monday. So that means we have 5 cars, six cars going out the door in the next 7 days or so. Yeah, the shop's going to be quite empty. It's nuts how fast things change. How it can go from being we're bursting at the seams and out of space to holy crap, we can fit a semi-truck in here. Anyway, well, let's go to a board meeting and plan out the next quarter and see what we are and are not doing right. All right, YouTube. We got back from the board meeting, and as you can see, 458 delivered. Tyler picked up his car, so the shop is getting more and more empty. Well, it's the end of the week, and I'm going to go home. But before I do, I guess I should tell you, board meeting was really productive. Everyone was very, very good. It's interesting having board meetings because they're critical, but in a helpful way. So you're trying to punch holes in your own plans and things, and the best way to do that is have third-party people who aren't you have a differing opinion, because you have to be willing to accept that criticism. And it doesn't always mean you take everything they say and say, oh yeah, absolutely, we're going to do that instead. Or, oh, my idea is shit. No, and it's not like that. It's you take their opinions, you combine it with your own, and you evolve your opinions to be better. So it's really helpful. It's also it's hard because they're punching holes in the things that you've worked towards. So you have to accept that you're gonna catch shit for things you did, whether they're good or bad. Anyway, I'm really happy with the outcome of it. I think we have better ideas for how to go forward, so I'm looking forward to it. But I'm really tired. I'm gonna go home, and I guess that's it for this week. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for watching. We do appreciate all of your support. You guys have been amazing. Truly, all of this is because of you for watching, helping us out, buying cars, buying parts, and supporting us. It's hard to believe that this is what we do for a living. It's phenomenal. It's so awesome. So we'll see you guys on Monday. We'll be doing a lot of cool car stuff. You're going to want to stay tuned. It's going to be sweet.